welcome to The Tonight Show. You're here. This is it. Well, guys, it was another scorcher here in New York City with temperatures once again over 90 degrees. Whew. It was so hot, Kash Patel spent the day drinking whiskey from an ice luge. But the city is buzzing right now because the New York Knicks had one of the biggest comebacks in NBA history last night. Woo! Yep, in the fourth quarter, the Knicks had a 0.1% chance of winning. 0.1%. Trump was like, I'd kill for that approval rating. That's really, wow. Big numbers. Well, guys, it's graduation season across the country, and today President Trump delivered the commencement address for the U.S. Coast Guard. Yeah, which until very recently he thought was a brand of deodorant. Trump looked at the Coast Guard and said, I have no idea what you do. You're like the Space Force of the sea. I don't really... But the big story is that the Department of Justice and the IRS just made a deal that says the IRS can never, ever audit President Trump or his family. Sounds a little shady. But if you're confused, don't worry, I'll break it down for you right now. Trump had sued the IRS for $10 billion. What a mess. Trump controls the DOJ, told them, make it go my way. So he got immunity. No more audits. OMG. He's so happy, LOL. Popping bottles like Kash Patel. PJT says DOJ. Is it illegal? IDK. PJT stops IRS. Is that sketchy? YES. Trump says NBD, okay, if FBI is MIA. Trump says, okay, BRB, I gotta watch the UFC. IRS v DOJ SMHIYKYK. NGL, it's SUSTLDR WTF.
Damn!
I hope that helped.
Boom! Whoa!
Oh, yeah, I heard the hee. Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, listen to this. The organizers of the upcoming UFC fight at the White House on Trump's birthday are worried that the event might get swarmed by gnats. God was like, how many more signs do I need to send here? Meanwhile, in a new interview, Jeff Bezos said he still thinks Trump is more mature and more disciplined than he was in his first term. Yeah, I think the UFC birthday party on the South Lawn proves that. Well, guys, Trump just visited the construction site where they're building his new ballroom. Right now, he's overseeing that project. He's also building a giant arch, and he's redoing the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. It's actually inspired a new TV show. Check this out.
Dawn the Builder, can he fix it? Dawn the Builder, yes he can.
I'm a really good builder.
Dawn the Builder, can he fix it? Dawn the Builder, whatever happened to the wall? I forgot. Dawn the Builder, can he fix it? Dawn the Builder, is this all a giant distraction from inflation, Iran, and the Epstein files? Oh yes, yes, yes.
Oh, that's nice. I watched that. Hey, I saw that Minnesota Governor Tim Walz just signed the nation's first law banning prediction markets, which are platforms that allow users to place bets on virtually anything.
Yes!
What's going on, Tree?
Oh, but I bet that he was gonna do that, and I just, won $100. So.
Wait, you bet on a prediction market that Tim Walz was gonna ban prediction markets? Wow, so it really is just like gambling.
Yes!
What now?
I placed a bet that you'd call it gambling, and I just made 212 bones.
You can bet on specific words I use? That's crazy.
Yeah, are you sure it's just crazy, Jimmy? Doesn't it seem so crazy that you might compare it to famous yellow fruit?
Are you trying to get me to say that it's bananas?
Yes! I just made 305 clams.
Why do you keep saying things like bones and clams?
Oh, yeah, because Quest bet that I would say the word dollar. Yes!
God damn it!
Oh, come here. Hey, Greek Trotter, Questler.
Wow.
A lot of money.
A lot of bones.
A lot of bone, a lot of clams here.
Damn.
Some business news. Red Lobster is closing the first location they ever opened back in 1970. Right now, there's a 56-year-old lobster hiding in the back of the tank going, oh my God, I actually made it. You gotta be kidding me. Wow. This guy is a freaking joke.
I knew it.
And finally, in Mexico, the record was just broken for the world's largest bowl of guacamole. Can we see it? Look at that. Yeah. In my head, that's what a Carnival Cruise hot tub looks like. We have a great show. Give it up for The Roots, everybody.
21 pound, the legendary hard working.
Hey! So last night, I went to the most exciting game that I've ever seen in my entire life. I went to the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Shout out to the Knicks. So I should preface this by the last time I was at a game, I got to sit courtside, and I never want to make eye contact with the players. I don't want to bother anybody. I just want to watch the game and enjoy them. So it kind of, I guess I watched them I just watched their backs.
No.
I don't look at I don't want to distract from anything. I don't want to get like, hey, Jimmy, or whatever, because yeah. So I just do it. Last time they had a blowout, they were up, they won by like 30 or 40 points. And towards the end of the game, Josh Hart walks by me. Of course, he runs to the bench, and he bends down and he unties one of my shoes. And I go, but just being a wise guy, he's been on the show. He's really cool. I love Josh Hart. So I go, that's hilarious. That was fun. So anyway, so last night I go to the game. My daughter, Franny, wants to go to her first game. Never been to a sports game in her life. So I go, all right, well, you know, there's no guarantee where we're sitting or anything like that. She was like, I don't care, Dad. I just want to go. I go, great. We go. They sit us courtside. Oh. It is unbelievable. Look at this. This is us. That's me. That's Dad talking to her, saying, hey, that's how, yeah. And that's, so it's the greatest thing ever. I'm just loving life. It's just so fun. And she's going, let's go Knicks, and she's yelling, and she's 11. She's like, I hear her little voice yelling, you know, Jalen, whatever she's yelling, stuff is great. Throwing towels around. So they're winning, and it's all fun. And then, and everyone's going nuts, like, defense, you know, she loves all that stuff. And so then they start kind of losing. And I go, ooh, you know, now it's not fun. Right. So now, yeah, but not by that much. It's still kind of fun. So people are going, yeah, defense, but not as loud. And it's fun. And so they're down by 2, and they go, all right, now we're in halftime. They bring you to a special suite that I guess if you're sit courtside. And so my daughter's like, what? We went to a special like restaurant or something. They have an ice cream bar and all this stuff. And I'm like, none of this is normal. This is not what a basketball game is. We don't sit on the court, none of this stuff. And she's saying, you know, so she's up there and she's, there's an ice cream bar. She's like, can I have an ice cream sundae? I go, yeah. So she's making an ice cream sundae. And some older gentleman goes over and talks to her. He has white hair. And he's like, first game, huh? He's like, when my son came, all he wanted to eat was a hot dog. And that's all. Once he had his hot dog, he wanted to go home. Didn't even want to watch the game. And he's talking to her and making her. He goes, but the ice cream sundae convinced him. Blah, blah. I go up. She's talking to Dustin Hoffman. He's like the nut. Dustin. I go, oh my God. Do you know that guy? Like he's just being like a grandpa and being so nice. And I loved him. And so she's happy. And so we go back down. We're watching the game, and they start completely losing. I mean, swamped by the Cavaliers. James Harden is amazing. I mean, the Cavs are a great team. He's backwards passing, all this stuff, crazy, it's nuts. They're losing really bad. So Franny gets text messages from her friends like, hey, the game's over. The Knicks are toast. And I was like, I don't want to have the, bad game. It's her first ever. So I'm like, hey, tell your friends, they have a shot, there's more games. They'll play it Thursday night, whatever. So she's like, yeah. So either way, we're still having fun. And then fourth quarter, they're down 22 points with 8 minutes or 7 minutes left. And I go, and my daughter's like, hey, Dad. She goes, is it weird to think that they still have a chance? And I go, no, they still have a chance. Sure. They just have to score like, 10 baskets. And in 10 minutes or 8 minutes, and the other team has to score nothing. It's very possible, yeah, it could happen. I go, you know what you do? I go, untie my shoe, like Josh Hart did. And she goes, okay. I go, maybe that'll give good luck. So she unties my shoe. The Knicks have the greatest comeback in the history of the world, ever. And I'm like, oh my God, this actually happened. Our friends are like, are you at this game? I mean, it was electric. People are going, defense! Then people are going, God. It was like, the place was shaking. It was so fun. And then they like, we're down to 4 points. Then they tied the game at 101 to 101. We go into overtime. I'm like, Frenny, this is not normal. No one does this. This is not a game. They end up winning. They played that overtime. They end up winning by like 10 points. They're up. Everyone's crying, jumping up and down. It's the most exciting game she's ever been to in her life. We're hugging, and we sit back down. Josh Hart runs by me, and he unties my other shoe. It was the best game ever. I loved it. I'm spoiled. Thanks to everyone at Madison Square Garden. Thank you to the Knicks. Of course, shout out to my man, Josh Hart. Game 2 is Thursday night. ESPN, I will be watching. Go Knicks. What a great show we have for you tonight. He is one of the funniest comedians on earth. He's also a great actor and a writer whose new movie, Ladies First, begins streaming on Netflix this Friday. Sacha Baron Cohen is here tonight. He's an Academy Award-winning director, New York Times best-selling author, and Grammy-winning drummer for The Roots. His new documentary, Earth, Wind, and Fire, To Be Celestial versus That's the Weight of the World, is on HBO Max June 7th. Questlove is joining us tonight. It'll be fun. Yep. She's a WNBA legend who's now a studio analyst for NBC Sports. Sue Bird is here. She's a legend. Love Sue Bird. And we got great stand-up from Dan Mintz. Stick around. We'll be right back with Sacha Baron Cohen, everybody. Come on.